Hi, I'm Jess Lizama, and this is my story. I grew up an Army brat, which means my dad was in the military. He was a drill instructor for 23 years. So I moved around a lot. I've lived in 13 states. My 5th grade year, I went to 5 different schools. I went to school in Minnesota, Missouri, Guam. That was the last one that I went to, but I think we landed in South Carolina and Texas. So I am the oldest of 3. I had a younger brother and sister. I was the good kid. I was the one who took care of everybody. I actually had to start raising them by myself at the age of 10. Not by myself, but I was left home alone to watch them and take care of them. And we went to school on base, so we lived on base for most of our lives. I was the one who got all A's. I had a 4.0. I was in band, never went to band camp. I was in the choir. I think I was a soprano or something like that. Weird, because I don't know how I even swung that, because I can't carry a note to save my life. At the age of 14, we moved to California. That's when it all happened with California and everything changed. I was a teen parent, totally blindsided my parents because it was the last thing they expected from me. They'd invested so much in me, so when they found out I was pregnant, they were mortified, they were horrified, they were sad. Like, my mom threw a frozen chicken at me. Sorry, Mom. I know she'll hate me talking about that. They didn't help me at all. They didn't help me financially. My high school actually asked me to leave school because they didn't want this pregnancy to become an epidemic. I graduated a year early with a presidential award. I graduated with honors, 4.0, top of my class, with a scholarship to go to college. Me and my daughter, Corinne, her dad, we stayed together for 9 years. So from 14, got married at 18, married for almost 4 years. He had joined the Marines when we turned 18, and we decided it was time to move out and be on our own. And he just changed as a person. So I didn't know who he was anymore. And I decided, because there was a lot of mental and emotional and physical abuse going on, that I just had to get out for myself and for my daughter. And if it weren't for my daughter, I don't know if I would have gotten out, because I'm the girl who sticks it out. I'm like, we're gonna go to marriage counseling, you just need to go to anger management, and it just didn't work. And so I was left a single parent, and people always ask me, they're like, Jessica, like, how can you be so strong? Like, how did you know? And I don't think that I am. I think if anybody is put in that situation, by nature as humans, it's fight or flight. I was in Fresno going to college because I wanted to be a pharmacist. I was modeling on the side, and I was doing a photo shoot for a motorcycle company, and they were doing this motorcycle like calendar of the year, and the photographer at the time, he's like, you should start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, awesome. I started YouTube in 2009. I started off doing sketch comedy as Exotic Jess. Chose the name because exotic like a flower. My mom is Chamorro, born and raised in Saipan, which is next to Guam. It's in a little slew of islands, Mariana Islands in the Pacific Ocean. And my dad's Irish, Murphy. Light skin, dark hair, blue eyes. Exotic like a flower, Islander Irish. Get it? No? A lot of people didn't get it. They would be like, yo, what do you do? And I'm like, hey, I make YouTube videos. And they're like, awesome, what's your YouTube handle? I'm like, Exotic Jess. And everything about them would change, and I was like, oh God. So I decided, gonna change my name from being exotic like a flower, because people take it as like exotic like a pole dancer, and I'm gonna make it my name. And so I uploaded my first video. So it was me playing some, typical douchebag guy, me playing the airhead girlfriend, and we were just on this like mock-up first date, blind date scenario. And that's what I did on YouTube when I first started out. It was green screen, it was characters, I played guys, I played girls. About 3 months into my YouTube career, Michael Gallagher, Totally Sketch, I was probably 10,000 subscribers strong on YouTube, just became partner literally the day before I got his email, and he's like, come out and let's do a video together. So I come down. Granted, the video we did was a sexual interactive, but hey, what do you do? And then I had met Andrea's Choice, and I stayed with her, and we just collabed on some stuff, and I would just come down every weekend and collab with different people and different YouTubers from Fresno down to LA. And I did that for like 6 months or 8 months, and then I decided I'm just gonna move here. And so I did. I moved here. I moved in with Olga K, who, our story is super funny because we didn't even think that we liked each other for the first 6 months for whatever reason. I'd met her at a barbecue that I went to. It was just like this YouTube summer barbecue, and she was there. And she'd given me her phone number that day. Apparently that wasn't enough for me to think that she liked me, because we didn't talk for 6 months after that. And then one day I come over, she's sick on Twitter. She's like, on Twitter, I'm sick, I don't feel good. So then I tweet her back and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna come bring you coconut zucchini bread and some medicine and we can have a little powwow. And so I get to her house and she's like, I'm sick, she had this mask on. And she's like, I can't make out with you. And I was like, weird. Didn't think we were gonna make out, but okay. So we just talked for like 4 hours. And then I left to go film with Jason Horton, came back, stayed the night, and never left. Literally, I moved in, that was it. A year and a half later, I moved out on my own with my daughter. But that's how I built my channel, was through collaborations. And now I rarely do sketches, though I still love the comedy world. It's where I started. But now I do like vlogging and mommy blogging, and I host, and I sometimes do funny stuff, and I do beauty stuff. And who knows what the future holds. I know that I love being in front of the camera. I know that I love talking about real stuff. I want to have a podcast. I want to have my own show. I want to do so many things. I wouldn't change anything, because if I just change one little wrinkle in the timeline, it would change and I wouldn't be sitting here.